everyone. Welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. We are a little bit later than usual in this episode. It was a busy 5 days at work. Oh my God, we were running our butts off. On top of that, we were trying to get one up this morning and then found out there was a patch in the way, doing an update. Y'all remember last time we were here in Gathburs, we were rounding up the scouts in the Gathburs areas to bring them back in so we can move Mazog again. We found 2 of the scouts. They were along this road here, but we have since searched this area of Gathburs down below and haven't been able to find any further evidence of scouts. So we crossed through the little gap in the wall here, and we are now searching the North Gathburs area. And we have found a ring over here, so we are going to move over toward it and see if perhaps that... Ooh, a couple of rings now. See if perhaps they might be... And there's 2 of them. That makes me think that it can't be... They can't both be my scout. Is that the guy I'm looking for? There he is. Lamwin, correct? I think so. No, not my skills. Let's get, here we go, the exchange. Talk to Lamwin. All right, there's the one that we're after. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move the quest tracker over. I'd move some areas of my UI here to shift things that had moved when I was playing it in windowed mode. There we go. Now we got everything out from being bunched right in the middle of the screen there. Alright, there's Lamwin right over yonder. So what is this? This is a wounded Maladrim. Oh, you know that's a escort quest, don't you? And why is it that I'm not being able to... Why am I not being able to click on everything? Yep, that's an escort mission. Escort the wounded elf to safety. So we are going to skip that for the moment and move back on over here and see if we can talk to Lamwin. I just had a feeling that he might be over there in that area. There we go. And then I'm going to have to figure out why my right click isn't working. How come my right click on my mouse isn't wanting to do anything? I've been trying to gather up the ilex wood and the... Whoops, I'm sorry. Let's see what she is up to. Of course, you would know the 2 guys that we were hunting would be the ones that had traveled the least amount of distance from our outpost here at Thangulhad, whereas the woman is the one that has done the most work and has moved on out here. Alright, let's see. Can we right-click her? We're not able to right-click tonight for some reason. Left click seems to work fine.
It seems likely that Gathburs will serve as the staging area for the armies of Dol Guldur.
From my exploration, it seems likely that Gathburs will serve as the staging area for the armies of Dol Guldur when they move to attack Lothlorien. There are a number of camps here, but the orcs are fortunately not yet amassing here in great numbers. I'll return to Osgalath and share what I have learned. So now we need to talk to Gruingales at Ostgalath. Alright, I believe that is where we are. Yep, we are still bound at Ostgalath. Ordinarily we'd walk back if it was here, but since we've got to come all the way back over here to Ostgalath in the Emyn Loom, that is where we are going to go. So let's see, where's my map? We are going to milestone back. And I will see y'all again once we have left the dark and dreaded Gathburs behind. Alright, we have returned back over here to Osgalath, and for some reason my
What can I do for you?
right click button has decided to start working again in here, so I don't know what the issue I was having was. It's just another one of the peculiarities of patch day, I would imagine. Let's move right on over here. Let's talk to Gruingales and let him know that the scouts have been brought in from their areas out there in the Gathburs.
Your friend, the dwarf Broin? He cannot be found.
Arkador gave me a message for you, Gnarlo. Your friend, the dwarf Broin, he cannot be found. He has been missing ever since you left to recall the scouts. Arkador does not want to wait for him. He says that he wants to be rid of Mazog at once and have the errand completed. Speak with me when you are ready, and I will bring you to the hidden guards so you can discuss the matter with them. Yes, let's talk.
Will you not speak with Arkador?
Will you not speak with Arkador? I know that Broin will want to be part of the final stage of this mission, and Arkador must not let his anger blind him to the dangers of haste. Ooh, this is a solo quest, and cannot be completed with a fellowship. All right, let's see what's going on here.
Tensions run high among the remaining elves of the Hidden Guard. One of their number slain, the other dying from a deadly poison. And now the dwarf Broin has disappeared on the eve of the journey's end.
I wonder if his disappearance has something to do with poor Cyril over here. What is the meaning of this, Gnarlo? While you were recalling scouts on the perimeter of Dol Guldur, the dwarf Broin vanished from Osgalath. He told no one where he was going, and right on the eve of the exchange of Mazog for his kin. You have spoken for him, Gnarlo. You failed to speak of his cowardice. Do all dwarves abandon their companions when the road turns treacherous? The dwarf is not coming back. We do not know that, Arkador. But it is not difficult to see. We came here for him, but only our friends have died or are dying. Arkador. No, Kukuran. I will not be silent. Why should he hold the tongue? He speaks words of truth. Oh, get your face back over yonder. My kind have nothing but hatred for the dwarves. Only dread you're giving me is the dread of your smell. But for the elves there was something else. There was fear. My father spoke of elves proud and terrible, as foes to be feared. Where are they now? They stand before you. Your words are empty, prisoner. No. It was the whim of dwarves that brought you here, and they have abandoned you. The hell is going on with that? This is not so, Mazog. Quell your speech, or it will be quelled for you. But he is not wrong, Kukuran. Where's Broin? The dwarf returns. Latu Gadmarza Bagu. Broin! What is this? There's little time to explain, Gnarlo, so I must be quick. After you gave Ledris to Mazog, and the more I dwelled upon it, the more I came to regret that necessity. If only another dose could be made. I spoke with the El Bavarsane atop the great tower here at Osgalath, and she said that more unmarked venom sacs of the Sedwathel might be found with time, but that the Sergalos flower is so rare that finding another one would be impossible. The conditions for such a flower to grow are so specific that only if the growing season could be slowed might such a flower still be found. I walked through the forest for many hours, heading north, and passed into lands beyond the reach of the Golden Host. I walked and walked and walked, and just as I was about to turn back in defeat, I beheld a grave mound among the tangled undergrowth. A stream flowed by its side, and now and then droplets of the water splashed atop the mound, where bursting forth grew a single flower still in season. With this second Sergalos flower and another unmarked venom sac, another dose of the Ledris might be made. Wait for Broin to give us Cyril the dose of Ledris. Aww, you've got a crush on her too. Of course, we don't know what the hell these dwarves and elves get up to now that the old Hobbit movie came out, but less said about that particular noxious episode of the movie, the better. And here it is. You need to drink this cereal. There. Look, already Assyriel's strength returns. The Ladris is working to fight the Guigel poison. I do not know what to say. While I railed at unjust fate, the dwarf combed the forest for many miles to find a way to save Assyriel. It should have been me, Gnarlo. I cannot believe I was beginning to listen to the words of Mazog. Now there are no delays. We will go to the gates and exchange Mazog for the prisoners, and be done with him at last. All right, travel with the hidden guard to the gates of Dol Guldur. And there we are. We've been here before, just recently, haven't we? Last episode we were right up here. Let's see what's going to happen this time. Over here, Gnarlo, where are the rest of the Stormhammers? There were like 5 or 6 other Stormhammer dwarves that landed here with Broin, you know? I am sorry, Gnarlo. Give me just a moment. Broin leans on his walking stick and tries to catch his breath. I walked many miles to the north in the search of the Ceraglos flower, and though I have my father's hardiness, it was still a most taxing journey. That it ended in success, and that Assyriel recovered from the Guigel poison, was enough to give me further strength. But one more moment, friend. I will have my breath back in a moment. Can I speak with you, Gnarlo? I was most wrong about the dwarf Broin, Gnarlo. I have come to regret my words about him, and perhaps about all dwarves. To make such a seemingly futile journey in search of the one thing that might save someone he barely knows, someone not even of his own race. He showed a fortitude I thought only elves could possess, and he did it with much less complaining than I would have done. But look at him. God, that's right. God, these elves still whine every time they open their mouths. His journey north into the far reaches of Mirkwood is taking a toll even on his stout form. He needs to rest. The guards at the gate ahead will see his exhaustion as weakness, and we cannot afford that. Will you tell him to remain here in such a way as to spare his feelings? He has proven himself to me and to the others for the rest of time. He has no need to accompany us to the rest of the way. He helped Assyriel, and now I wish to help him save his cousin and the rest of the dwarves. She must still be healing up back there. Poor Broin. I like your walking stick. That's a nice animation. Nice little addition to you. I do not want the guards at the gate to think that we are weak, Gnarlo. They would not think so if they knew the distance I traveled in so short a time. Broin laughs. I wonder if it will be the main verse of the glorious tale of Broin the Mighty after all. It did not seem so glorious when I was hurrying through the dark, tripping over stones and treacherous roots, searching for a flower that might not even exist in the world any longer. Maybe my part in all this is over, Gnarlo. I do not want to hurt the negotiations for Bori. I will remain here and guard the rear. I trust that Akador and the others will be able to fulfill this mission. Thank you, Gnarlo. It feels good to have a reason beyond revenge for this errand of ours. I still burn with hatred for the orcs, but now, too, I desire to rescue the dwarves, whereas before it was only a vague purpose. We will do this now for Broin. Do not do this, Koferngis. Set me free. I will trouble none of your kind. You are passing that gate, Mazog, willingly or unwillingly. I wonder at his reluctance to join his friends. I do not. I think Mazog may find he has few friends beyond those walls, and I think he knows it. It is time to go. keeper of the gate and a couple of brutal war trolls. What is this? Who dares approach this fortress? Only those with the courage to do so and an offer to make. An offer? What are the terms of this offer? They are not for your ears, gatekeeper. All dealings come through me. Sigileth, it is fine. We come bearing the orc Mazog, trespasser upon the kingdom of the dwarves. We seek to trade his life for the lives of the dwarves in prison within Dol Guldur. I cannot speak to this. Wait here. You will answer to these trolls if you try anything suspicious. Nice trolls they are, too. Ugly buggers. Well, here we are, Gnarlo. Now we will see if this errand was not as foolhardy as it first seemed. It will have Kuneath at the ready, in the case we find our first belief justified. I will have Kumeath at the ready, in case we find our first belief justified. Follow the hidden guard beyond the gate. The gatekeeper returns. This way, you lot. I would have known this rabble is yours, Gnarlo. Who is this? Gorgathul. Man of Mordor. Another one of your kind. Your offer does not interest me, Gnarlo. What use do I, Gorgathul, have for a useless orc such as Mazog? Lord of caves, he is lord of nothing. The dwarves crawl all over his caves like worms on moldy bread. Bolg would be ashamed of his son, and Azog would slay him for dishonoring his family line. But it would humor me to hold Mazog in the dungeons of this fortress until the world's ending, so he may have time to think about how he failed his master. I will accept your offer. These 3 dwarves will go free, and I will accept custody of the orc called Mazog. Maltreated prisoners. None of them are Bozy. None of the Bori, rather. None of these dwarves is Bori, Gnarlo. I thought not. They have been cruelly mistreated and seem close to death. Where is Bori? These terms are not acceptable, Gorothul. Where is the dwarf Bori? The dwarf called Bori is not part of this deal. I have offered you the lives of these 3. I am receiving 1 prisoner, and you are receiving 3. You think this to be unfair? Consult with your associate, Gnarlo, if you must. I do not like this, Gnarlo. We must make Gorothul turn Bori over to us in addition to these 3 dwarves, or we will have failed. What can we do? I cannot move. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps the deal was rather uneven. You son of a bee. You must show mercy. These 2 for Mazog, then. Very well, if you are certain. Come here, orc. My powers are vast, but I must confess something to you. I do not possess the authority to treat with you. I am not the master of this fortress. I am merely a guest. Wow. No, these are the masters, and I did not consult them before making this deal. Therefore it must be rescinded. Archers! Can your sorcery match a dwarf's might? Gorothul's spell is broken. I can move again. So the Lieutenant of Dol Guldur, the Black Bay of Lebanon, and the Gloom of Nirn. I defy you and your fell master. Suddenly you hear the voice of Galadriel inside your
Lad,
head.
you cannot stand against this foe.
Oh, Arkador. Oh my god. Ugh. That was, not good. That was not good at all. At least we're the last one out of the gate, so we do have that much honor. Whew. Okay, talk to Broin, talk to Kukaran, and talk to Sigilith. The Nazgul are gone now. We can, there you go. We can get the dread off of us. Hey, Mind Fiend. No platinum around. Let's finish talking to the members of the host here. And we will finish up this part. Let me send him a message back right quick. And I will be right back with you. Alright, let's talk to Kukaran first. Lord Celeborn believed some of the Nazgul had come to Dol Guldur, but did not know for certain which of the 9 had done so. Now we do, though it is little comfort to us. The Lieutenant of Dol Guldur commands the others. He is second only to the Witch King, he who hailed from Angmar in the north. The Lieutenant of the Tower rules the fortress. It is he who struck down Arkador. The Gloom of Nirn was a wild man of that land. It is peopled now only by slaves of Mordor. He wields a warhammer in battle. I know nothing of the Black Blade, save that he hailed once from Lebanon. He is fully a thrall now, as are all the Nazgul, though it was not always so. The Golden Host cannot think to stand against these 3. It is hopeless. Hidden Guard, that's the word I was looking for. Hidden Guard. The last remaining members. Sigilith. Sigilith ignores you, her face a mask of anger and grief. You decide to let her be. You're going to hurt your poor little toe there, my friend. Broin. It is over, Gnarlo. So many have died, and still Bori languishes within the dungeons of Dol Guldur. How can we hope to fight such evil? Arkador gave his life that we might have time to escape. We must not forget him. It is no use, Gnarlo. We have failed. Let us go now inside Osgiliath, though there is little we can do now. Nothing ring on the other 2? No ring on the other 2. Alright, let's talk to Grungalas and see what he has to say.
The Hidden Guard has failed.
The Hidden Guard has failed, Gnarlo. Arkador is slain, Mazog is taken, and Bori remains in captivity. Sigilith is mourning with Asuriel inside Gadorgar. She asks not to be disturbed.
The main arm of the Golden Host has kept Anglhard to the east.
What leveled up? We had several level up. 29. Chapter 11, The Approach to Dol Guldur. Perhaps it was foolish to think that treating with the enemy was possible, Gnarlo, but there was enough to gain that it seemed worth the attempt. It has now failed, but the forces of Dol Guldur will see the effect of betraying us beneath a flag of peace. The main arm of the Golden Host has camped at Thangulhad, a camp east of here in Gathburs. Present yourself to Ningloro there, for she will have something a burglar such as you could do for the benefit of the Golden Host in the next stage of this campaign. A word of warning. Ningloril is stern and not given to idle jest. Do not try her patience, or it will go ill for you. Bite me! I'm out here doing all this crap for y'all, and you're telling me not to try her patience. My patience is getting really tried. Alright, Arkador's shirt. Hopefully not the one he was wearing at the time. It looks like it's got a little less blood on it. I wonder what that one looks like. Ooh, one of his favorite shirts. He likes green. I like green. That's That's
The main arm of
chance.
the Golden Host has camped at Thangulhad to the east.
His jacket, one of his favorite jackets. That's pretty nice as well. And Arkador's breastplate. That would look good too. We can't actually use any of them. Well, I mean, we can use them, but our fine Matham Hunter's jacket is better, so we would choose the breastplate. Oh, that's whenever we go and talk to Gnarlo. Alrighty. Well, there you go. And like I said, I don't think you can actually approach in there no more. Yep. It seals off that little room unless you have a quest and a reason to go in there. So that is where we will leave off for this time. Let me turn on my little lantern here. Let's get out the pipe of this pouch of pipeweed, share it with Gruengalus, and that's where we will leave off. Thank y'all for joining along. We will see y'all next time as we travel back over there to the little outpost that we discovered while we were looking for the scouts, Thangulhad. And we will find this bitch of an elf, apparently, and find out what the hell it is that she is so uptight about. So we will talk to y'all then. Thank y'all for coming along. Greatly appreciate it. We're going to hope to get the next episode up tomorrow. Like I said, I can't promise anything because things always seem to happen and get in the way and interrupt stuff. But we will certainly do our best to try to get the next one up. So we will see you then. At least we won't have 5 days of work between now and then, you know. So we'll see you then. Have a good one, and thanks for coming. Bye-bye.